They said you wanted to see me, Coach?
Yeah, man. Step on up into my office. It's HomeSpun Sports with Coach John Montgomery. Sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. Welcome. We're so glad you are here. You tuned in to HomeSpun Sports. It's sports talk with a twist of down-home wisdom. I am your host, John Montgomery, a.k.a. the Coach. I'm right here in good old Houston, Texas. Way up there in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. My show never ride or die. The last P in the shell, my baby boy. Mildred Meredith Montgomery, what's up, Slim?
Can't call it, Coach. How you doing?
Man, good, bro. Good, man. Good to see you, man, and good to be seen by you. Slim, always better to be seen than viewed. Don't ever forget that. Hey, so Slim, man, look, our very special guest for today is a man who, in his chosen field of endeavor, Slim, it don't get no more highly acclaimed than what this man does in the field of strength and conditioning. Okay. In a career that has spanned 4 decades, this guy has been on football staffs that have won 2 national championships, have played for the national championship 4 times. Slim, he's trained 32 first-round draft picks. He's trained Olympians, gold medal Olympians. He's seen and done it all. Most of all, he's a stand-up man and a pro in his profession in every sense of the word. Ladies and gentlemen, please make welcome my show never ride or die, my dog, Jeff, the Mad Dog, Madden.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Man, Jeff, man, great. Rude to you.
What's up, Coach?
How you doing?
Good, man. Good.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for being on, Coach.
Thanks for coming on, Jeff, man. Behold, how good and pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
In unity, yes, sir.
You know something about that, though. Jeff.
As you speak, brother. This is my newest toy here.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All 20 of them, bro. All 20.
Ain't no doubt.
Ain't no question.
Great gift. Great Christmas gift.
Ain't no question. Jeff, man, we go back to the 80s, bro. When you were a part of that great staff with Bill McCartney, and y'all won the national championship there. You guys had Bill McCartney, man, was a trendsetter. He was a guy that 9 assistant coaches on his staff, 5 of them African-American, and you yourself, the strength coach, African-American. And man, that's the first time that I came to know of Jeff Madden, but your career has taken you all over this country. No question about it.
Yes, I've been blessed. It's been a tremendous run,
Coach.
And yeah, and when you say Bill McCartney, you bring back some tremendous memories. I mean, because he gave brothers opportunities when other people wouldn't. You know, and with this being Black History Month, you know, it's a great tribute only to him. Not only to him, but he did a lot for us. I mean, he did a lot for his players. That's why I wanted to coach with him. You know, he made a difference. You know, I had spent 5 years 5.5 years at Rice University.
Okay.
You know, then went up there, and you go from losing games to winning games, you know. And the bottom line is, he said the only thing he did was change
Yes,
me.
sir.
You know, he brought me in that position, and all of a sudden those guys had somebody they could bond with. They had somebody to depend on and was trustworthy. And to this day, Coach, those guys still call me. You know, they bring their kids down to meet me. You know, it's amazing what God does.
Ain't no question, you know. And you know this in your careers, it's a people business. And those people, yeah, it's a people business. It's a people business, no question. No question.
Coach Madden.
Yes.
My dad's always said that the first place that a player learns tempo is in the weight room. Now, there have been teams that have won with subpar wide receiver coaching. There have been teams that won with average running back coaching, but no team has ever won without excellent strength and conditioning. You being a man of that profession for for 40 years, can you preach to that? Can you give some kind of advice as to strength and conditioning?
Sure. Well, what I can do is tell you, like you hear these coaches talking nowadays, the strength and conditioning coach is one of the most important people you're going to hire.
No
Why is that? Because he or she spends more time with your athletes than anyone. You know, you got to think about it now. I got them all summer long, every single day, you know, and the coaches are on vacation. Okay. I got them in the spring. I got them year round. They got a whole calendar. They see nobody but my face and my staff. You know, so you got to make sure that person is delivering the proper message. You got to make sure that person is an educator, and that person is somebody that's a stand-up guy that does things the right way to make your program win. You know, because he can definitely hurt it if he's not doing the right things.
Absolutely.
He has to be a conduit from the coaching staff, you know, to the football players, and let them understand what they're doing, what they need to do, and how they can make themselves better, and build that bond amongst them to make them tough and to go in the same direction.
You know, I ain't never seen that nowhere, Jeff. I seen that, as Slim said, I seen some staffs that you may have a wink leak at the wideout coaching spot, or the outside linebacker spot. But it was a good football team. I'll promise you, they have a excellent strength coach. And I never realized it until you said it, Jeff. You got them longer than anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Going
man.
back to the summer workouts, Coach.
And that's why we got summer workouts and you got winter workouts. You know, so the bottom line is they got to have somebody they can believe in. They got to have somebody they can look to. You know, of course, the head coach is tremendously important. The position coaches are important. But what happens when there's conflict in between them? You see what I'm saying? The strength coach. I mean, and I was blessed, like I said, to be with some excellent coaches. And during that period of time, they allowed me to handle that position, and they allowed me to mediate any kind of problem, no matter what it was, because I was a team disciplinarian. You know, you had mediated everything. If it was between coaches, I mediated. So, I mean, it's just, you know, when you got somebody that's blessed like that, you use them.
No question. No question.
Thank you,
Coach. Jeff, I've often heard it said that, you know, kid says, if you recruiting the kid, you ask him, say, son, are you tough? He goes, yeah, I'm tough.
Yeah.
Son, are you explosive? Yeah, I'm explosive, coach. But none of that in reality is real if the kid ain't first strong.
Right.
Jeff, he gonna tell you he tough, but if he ain't strong, he's lying. Because all that's gonna happen is he gonna grudgingly get his ass whipped. He ain't gonna like it while it's going on, but it ain't a dadgum thing he can do about it.
Nope.
Jeff, to that end, come on, brother. Help me with that.
And that's why it's important that you have somebody that knows what they're talking about in that room. You know, I can be with a guy for, 15, 20 minutes while we're working out, and I can tell you exactly what he is and what he's going to be. Because...
Okay. Now you got to keep on that point, bro. How do you know that? How do
I know that? Because I come on now, coach. I coach over 35,000 of them. You know, and when you coach so many, you can tell the great ones from the average ones. You can tell the good ones from the average ones. And you can also tell the ones that are good, that have a chance to be great, if you continue to work with them. Then you got to see exactly what is his work ethic. will he push himself hard enough to be a champion? You see what I'm saying? Does he handle coaching well? You know, I don't belittle guys and cuss guys and do all that stuff like I see other people do. You know, I get inside a guy's head and inside a guy's heart. You see what I'm saying? To see what he's made of and see how he can push through. You know, if you can push through and do the things you need to do, you got a chance. You know, and I can tell you guys that say, oh, I'm going to be better than Ricky Williams and I'm going to be better than Eric Bieniemy. I'm going to be better than Rashawn Salah, you know, and I put them down there and we start moving. I said, oh, no, you're not, son. No, you're not. Because first of all, you don't understand how good they really are. Okay. You know, and until you show them sometimes, you know, that's why you got film. That's why you got tape, you know, and you let them see exactly, you know, what they do versus what you need to do. You can help a guy become great.
You know, and give me some more names. You 32 first-round picks, Jeff. Give me some more names of some guys, man.
Oh, man. Yeah, now you got to make me think. Okay, from anywhere from you see, you got Greg Ellis, you know, played for the Cowboys. Then you had Ebenezer Ekibon, played for the Cowboys. You had Brian, wait a minute. Yeah, shit. You had Greg Ellis. I'm going different schools now.
That's okay. Go back to Colorado.
Yeah, come on with it, coach.
First round draft pick for wide receiver for Pittsburgh. You got Mike Westbrook, another wide receiver, first round pick.
In Colorado, I remember it.
So we're talking about 40 years worth of guys here.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you had Casey Hampton, a phenomenal
big defensive
player,
tackle.
D-tackle.
Big defensive tackle.
Then you had Deshaun Rodgers, another phenomenal defensive tackle. You know, I had Sean Rodgers' daddy, as a matter of fact. I had Ernie Rodgers too when he played for the Houston Gamblers after he played for the Dallas Cowboys. So I mean, you got great athletes, not average athletes.
Yeah. To say nothing of Vince Young.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, no question about
that's
it.
Houston. You're Houston. No doubt.
Yeah.
Well, see, but then now in Houston, you got Vince Young, and then you had the H boys. You had Alfred Williams, and the bookends. Then you had Canavis McGee was the other bookend.
Right.
You know,
from right here in H-Town.
Players in Houston, Texas.
From right here in H-Town.
Right.
From right here in H-Town, Canavis McGee could flat bend that curve.
Right. And he's one of mine. And matter of fact, he's my line brother, as a matter of fact. So.
Okay. You know, and the universal quality of those great athletes, Jeff, is that they had great work ethics.
Yes.
And you touched on this already, Jeff. You know, you're going to get out of it what you put in it.
Right.
If you plant watermelons, tomatoes ain't coming up.
Like
you're going to get out of it what you put in it. And every one of those guys you mentioned, Jeff, had outstanding work ethics.
Right.
Right.
And they wanted to be great. That's what makes the difference too. You accept the coaching and you want to be great.
I did. Hard work beat talent when talent don't work hard.
That's right. That's right.
No question.
And it's hard to be in a program nowadays and not work hard.
No question. Jeff, man.
Too much competition.
What is a good age from your experiences and your exposures and your expertise? What's a good age for a dad who aspires for his son to have a chance to be recruited in college? What's a good age for a youngster to
start training?
To get serious about weight training.
Okay. Well, I would say 13. You know, 13 is a great age because your growth platelets are starting to close a little bit and all your joints. You know, you don't want to get them too much earlier than that. You either have to be a very mature 12-year-old or 13. You know, in the meantime, you got push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups, dips. You can run. You can do all kind of calisthenic exercises. Anything that's going to help you improve your fitness. You know, those things I push hard. Now, once you hit 13, you got to learn all your basic movement patterns, and you still don't need to load up the bars heavy. You know, you got to stay in those sets of 10 repetitions and that kind of stuff. As you get more mature and learn how to handle the weights better, then you start going stronger. Okay. So now, Jeff, are you still working out people? Are you still, if somebody's watching our show, say, man, that's Jeff Madden, man. He strength coach at University of Texas when they won the national championship. Man,
right.
And so if they wanted to contact you right now, do you do this counseling or with regard to strength and conditioning? How would somebody reach you right now?
Right. So just so you know, John, I am the executive director of the USA Hall of Fame Strength and Conditioning. Okay.
All
so
right.
basically, those are the best strength and conditioning coaches that have gone on the years, and I select who goes into the Hall of Fame with my committee.
Okay.
Okay.
Way to go, coach.
All right. From there, I also do my explosive power training. So I'm training kids all the time. You know, I'm training
Right
kids,
now.
I'm training adults now in Austin, Texas. So basically, you hit that Madden.com,
That's what I'm talking
MADDOG,
about.
Madden, MADDEN.com, and then you
That's
got
what I'm
all
talking
the
about.
information there, and you got all the contact information there.
Okay.
We're going to leave a link to that in the description for our audience, by the way.
Sounds good.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So now, Jeff, okay. So now we talked about how we get the youngsters ready. Old timers like me. I still want to keep a look. There was a time when I still had my cap and whistle around my neck that I tried to stay in just good enough shape to show an offensive lineman how to come out of his hips, how to come out of his stance.
I knew you.
But
that's the 80s. We're doing it.
But Jeff Madden, them days long gone by. You hear me?
Last one was TSU, coach.
So that them days long gone by. But I still want to maintain a little tone. You know what I mean? Still want to maintain a little tone.
No question. You got to look good in that shirt, and while you selling them cars and that kind of stuff, you got to make sure you got a high.
Don't boost them, coach. Don't boost them.
So Jeff.
Same thing with you. Go right back to what we talked about: push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, dips, natural body weight exercises. Okay. They have the exercise bands. You can get them from Walmart or Target or whatever. It's just the rubber bands.
All right.
Do all the rubber band exercises, from the pushing, overhead pushes, curls, and that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Will keep you tight and will keep you right.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Now, you kind of scared me when you were talking about them push-ups and them dips, because the old shoulders. I don't know if I get off that dip bar, but I know where a local Walmart is, and so I might find me some of them bands.
Okay, here you go though. If you have a problem with your push-ups, you have, with your dips, you scratch the dips. Don't do the dips. Okay, that's what I'm saying. We're older now, and your joints don't heal as well.
Yeah, brother.
Those bands are probably your best thing. And, get a dumbbell. You got a dumbbell. Any kind of way you move your arms, the dumbbell can get you strong.
All right.
Now, once again, you can do different levels of push-ups. Okay. You can just get into a plank position and hold your body in that position. That's going to make you stronger. Okay. You can get down on the ground and lay flat and then push your body up about a half an inch and hold it. That's going to make you strong. You see what I'm saying? You can get in the middle and hold it in the middle. That's going to make you stronger and go down slow. And the more you do it, the better you get. And then therefore your joints will heal and the muscles will start growing again, and you'll be back to normal.
Okay. Well, hey man, that's some good feedback, and I'm certainly going to adhere to that, because I want to keep some of that old tone. I ain't never gonna be what it once was, but I'm as good once.
There you go. That's a good thing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm as good once as I ever was. My man, Jeff, man, you have been a top-notch professional in strength and conditioning. But more than that, my brother, you've been my friend, my brother over many years, and that you would take time to come from out of your busy schedule and come bless our show we are just most appreciative. No question about it.
I'm excited about you guys having me on. I'm excited about continuing to push the strength and conditioning profession ahead. And Slim, it's great to see you from a youngster, which you probably don't remember me, but I remember you, and then giving your dad workouts and stuff to make sure you were successful. So I'm glad to see you guys doing it. You're doing a good representation on YouTube, and everybody gets a chance to see you. So much more power to you.
Well, we appreciate you, Jeff.
I appreciate the workouts, Coach.
You're welcome.
And listen, we're gonna put that up on our show. Give our audience a visual of how people can contact you, Jeff. And hey, brother, listen, God continue to keep you, bless you in your ministry of strength and conditioning, my brother.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Jeff.
You too, Coach. Take care.
Out.
Peace and blessing. Wow.
Now, which one of the workouts you think you're gonna start with first, Coach? You gonna do the middle plank? You gonna hit the side?
I don't know, but I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna start something, man. You know, because it's important. This guy ministers, covers the whole realm. I mean, he's worked with Olympians. He's worked football, but strength and conditioning in every facet of it is the name of the game with him. And he's one of the best all time at doing it. And he's a first class guy. So again, Jeff, thanks so much for coming on our show.
Thanks again, Coach.
And so once again, without any further ado, it's time for Slim's Pickings. Take it away, bro.
What in the wide world of sports is going on?
Oh, what wicked web we weave. When it gets on the internet across the country that Grambling State University's newly hired head football coach, Hugh Jackson, also experienced a little bit of racism himself.
He's telling the truth.
In a statement released on Wednesday, he says, "I stand with Flores, and I'll back up every word that I'm saying." He went on to add, "If you only knew the truth, you'd swallow every word in your mouth about skepticism, about claims of racism in the National Football League." Now, Grambling State, in an unprecedented NIL deal, is also starting to prepare for Power 5 schools and you know, recruiting with them as well. In doing so, they have a new unprecedented NIL deal. Now, the spending limits on the on this new deal have not been released yet, but it will guarantee all scholarship athletes will receive some sort of payment. Urban Edge Network and Athlete are two major players in this groundbreaking deal. And at HBCU Pro Day, 4 young men impressed the pro scouts. First, Will Adams, defensive back at Virginia State. He ran a 4.5 40, tested 41 inches in the vertical, and could rep 225 21 times. Ezra Gray, 5'7", 175 pounds, will no doubt be a third down back and a return specialist for sure. At 38-inch vertical test, you know this kid is explosive. Keenan Forbes, the FAMU Rattler, at 6'3", 330 pounds, this kid is a road grader with great knee bend and block finishing ability. And last but not least, Marquise McLean, wide receiver, Southern University, at 6'2", 220 pounds, who transferred from the University of Auburn to the Bluff with 1 year left to play, is definitely a name to watch. Stay tuned, sports fans. And that's Slim's Pickings.
Way to go, man. Way to go, man. You know, Slim, I've heard some very good reports on that boy Will Adams from Virginia State. I tell you 2 things. He vertical tested. That's 41 inches. You can get up off the floor 41
inches, Coach.
My brother, you can come out your hips. You can explode. And the second thing is he repped.
Yeah.
He repped 225, 19, 20 times? That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal.
21 times, Coach.
Yeah, 21 times. Okay.
21 times, Coach.
Listen, you rep 220. That's good strength for linemen.
Yeah.
Okay, at the combine. So he showed. Times. And let me tell you something, just like Jeff Madden said just said when he was on our show. Ain't no such thing you talking about you tough if you ain't strong. Okay? So now we know that this kid Will Adams is tough.
Exactly.
He's tough. He vertical tested 41 inches. That tells me he's explosive. Slim,
41 inches, coach.
Slim, you're a cornerback and you're tough and explosive. My brother, you have a chance. Yeah, heck of a job on your report there, young man. No question. No question.
I appreciate it, coach. Now we got some NBA news.
Yeah.
Last night, Saturday night, the Knicks took the Lakers to overtime. They won 122 to 115. But at the start of overtime, Frank Vogel made a key decision. He put former MVP Russell Westbrook on the bench. With the trade deadline coming up, coach, what's your take?
He ain't got long for LA, dog. That's the second time in crucial situations they have sat Russell Westbrook, okay? Because a leopard don't change his spots. Yes, he goes to the hole with fearless, reckless abandon. But Russell Westbrook is a stat packer. He's interested in packing his statistics. And he can't carry a team because he can't consistently stick the jump shot. So now, I'm very concerned. I'm a big Laker fan. But at the end of the day, with LeBron James being 37 years old, I don't think he can carry all the dysfunctional stuff that's going on with the Lakers into the playoffs.
No, absolutely not.
And if by chance they make it, I don't look for him to go very far. No question.
No, the Laker fans don't already want him here. If you hear him, coach, before he takes a jump shot, they're saying, "Don't do it, don't do it." Oh, have mercy.
Hey, Russell Westbrook done put up more bricks than a mansion over there in Kingwood.
That's saying something. That's saying something, coach. Coach, and in college football, did you see where on National Signing Day, Jim Harbaugh leaves Michigan to go interview for the Minnesota Vikings? What's your take on that?
I saw that, Slim. I saw that, and man, that's a shame. Shame and a disgrace. And again, it goes back to the double standard, Mildred. People say, well, don't play the race card. Okay. But I ask you, Mel Tucker, the head football coach at Michigan State.
David Shaw, head coach at Stanford.
Herm Edwards, the head coach at
Arizona State.
At Arizona State. If they had gone off on the National Signing Day to interview for a pro job. Now, it ain't so much interviewing for the pro job. That ain't understand. You coach in college, you're good at what you do, you get a chance to coach in the National Football League. Yeah, you go do it. It's the timing of the thing. Because understand something, Slim. The football facility.
That's the nerve center, coach.
Thank you.
That's the nerve center on National Signing Day.
On the National Signing Day, I mean, you have ESPN might set up a remote podcast or broadcast at that facility. All the major network stations are going to contact that facility, wanting to interview the head coach as these commitments come trickling in all over the country. And Jim Harbaugh is off somewhere interviewing for a head coaching job. Slim, do you think if Mel Tucker or David Shaw or Herm Edwards had done that,
they'd have crucified him.
Slim, I guarantee you they'd have told them, well, you better hope. I hope you heard him get that job.
You got it.
Yeah, I hope you get. Yeah, I hope you get that job because you done broke your plate. You done broke your plate back here in Tempe, Arizona, or East Lansing, Michigan, or Palo Alto, California. So I hope you get that job. And so again, I say this about that. If you say, well, don't play the race card. That is so blatantly obvious. If you don't want me playing the race card, get the piano off the stage. Okay? Okay. Yeah, no question. Because it's double standard.
Now, speaking of double standard, coach, in professional football, the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, said the league has done an unacceptable job in its diversity of hiring head coaches. He went on to say, racism in any form of discrimination is contrary to the NFL's values. What's your take?
Well, and that's a lie, Roger Goodell. That's a lie. It's not. It is not. Racism is not contrary to the NFL's values. In fact,
It is the
racism,
NFL's values.
in fact, racism is the very definition of the NFL's values.
Preach, preacher.
And here's how you know that. Rooney Rule is introduced in 2003. All right. Well, at that time, we had 3 black men head football coaches. Herm Edwards.
Herm Edwards at the Jets.
At the Jets. Tony Dungy was
at the Colts.
Marvin Lewis was at the Bengals. Marvin Lewis was at the Bengals. And right now, as we speak, 19 years later, we only have one. So don't tell me about the NFL's values. The very values of the National Football League say young white men coach, young black men play. That's the value of the NFL, or that's the value. And Slim, basically, Roger Goodell statement, the stenciling of end racism. It was in the end zone of every NFL team across the country. Slapping Ahmaud Arbery's name and Breonna Taylor's name on the back of these helmets, and stop hatred, stop prejudice, be a part of the change, put on all the back of these helmets. All of that wasn't nothing but a hot check.
Yep.
That's all it was.
Bounced, coach.
A check that still bounces. A check that still bounces. And so
now on Wednesday, coach, Wednesday, Dolphins owner Stephen Ross in a statement said that Brian Flores' allegations are false, malicious, and defamatory. What's your take on that?
Well, here's my take. Number one, Stephen Ross, his general manager of his football team, he's in the crosshairs, okay? He's walking dead, okay? Because here's Stephen Ross, he gonna be the first one that Brian Flores' legal team gonna call to the stand. I'm talking about the general manager of the Dolphins. And oh, by the way, Stephen Ross looked like me and you, Slim, okay? Okay, but Stephen Ross got 2 choices. If he tells the truth, then he's saying that Stephen Ross is a liar, okay? If he lies, then he's supporting Stephen Ross, okay? Now, understand something. The credibility of the National Football League, we're talking George Halas, we're talking Vince Lombardi, we're talking Tom Landry, and Bill Belichick, good, bad, or indifferent. Bill Belichick, we're talking 6 Lombardi trophies as a player, as a coach, and 2 more as the defensive coordinator under Bill Parcells with the Giants. This man is associated with 8 world championships. Now,
just 1 second, coach, 1 second. You got to make a quick correction. Chris Greer is the general manager of the Dolphins. Stephen Ross is the owner.
You're right. So
My bad.
Chris Greer.
My bad.
Chris Greer. I'm sorry. My bad. So when Stephen Ross, the owner of the Dolphins, says that Brian Flores' claims of prejudices in the Dolphin organization, that Brian Flores' claim of I'm gonna pay you $100,000 to lose, okay? That Brian Flores tried to arrange a meeting between himself as the head coach and this high-profile quarterback, okay? That's, oh, by the way, tampering. Now, Stephen Ross says that Brian Flores' claim of all that happening is false, malicious, and defamatory. Well, Mildred, basically, he's calling Bill Belichick a liar too. Think about a liar. Yeah. Oh, there's no question. He's saying that Bill Belichick's lying too. Because understand this, Brian Flores worked his way up from a quality control position. That's the lowest position in any organization for coaches. He worked his way up from quality control all the way up to a head coaching position in the National Football League. So I asked you something, Mildred. How many times and how long do you think that the Miami Dolphins were on the phone with Bill Belichick, telling him, finding out, inquiring about the character, the work ethic, and the credibility of Brian Flores?
Yep.
How
Absolutely,
long do you think that the Miami Dolphins, how much research did they do before they hired this black man? Hold up, this black man. How much research? And so now, Stephen Ross, you're saying that what Brian Flores is saying is false, malicious, and defamatory. Go figure, huh?
Somebody trying to pour syrup on pancake on poo-poo and call pancakes, coach.
Somebody, hey, Slam. Somebody trying to pee in Brian Flores' back and tell him it's a spring shower. No question about it. Yeah,
You don't.
And it's all, and Mildred,
now,
it's all gonna come out.
You're right about it, because truth always comes out, Coach. We talked about something in our meetings, and before we get out of here, won't you share that with our audience?
I'm glad you brought that up, Slim. I had a visit with a former NFL head coach, and he brought this up. Don't be surprised that the Houston Texans don't offer Brian Flores the head coaching job. Mildred, it ain't but the ones that's left open. The Saints is left open. Miami's left open, but he ain't gonna get that one because they just fired him from that one. And
he ain't going back.
Yeah. So but I had an NFL coach to tell me that a former NFL coach tell me, don't be surprised if they don't offer it to Brian Flores, and here's why. When you think about it, there's a lot of credibility to it. Number one, the way that they did David Culley. And oh, by the way, David Culley, who had initially agreed to be our guest this Sunday, has asked to get a rain check on it in light of all of the going on concerning this Brian Flores thing. And I thoroughly understood.
Completely understood.
We're looking forward to having you on our show at a later date.
Absolutely.
But the way they did David Culley, okay? Number two, you give it to Brian Flores. If he would agree to take it, you're probably going to keep Deshaun Watson.
You got a good chance, yeah.
Okay, probably going to keep Deshaun Watson. And the NFL is all about marketing, okay? And number three, understand this, that under all of that, the number one condition on him taking the Houston Texans job, if he would agree to take it,
right,
that he would drop his suit. Now, that is a complete admission of guilt. That's a complete admission of guilt. No question. And I had we messed up. We did it. Oh yeah. And so I'm gonna follow this with keen interest as this thing unfolds, Slim, because they're guilty. They're guilty, and history has only proven that has always proven that they are as good as you make them be. And I think I'm gonna be highly surprised if they fill all them 9 jobs and at least one black man get it. So I'm excited to see what's gonna happen. Get a position.
Pleasure to be in the studio with you again, Coach.
Always, bro.
Absolutely loved it, man. Absolutely loved it. Tell Mama I love her.
I will, man, and give my best to everybody up in Oklahoma City. Peace and blessings, Slim. Peace and blessings.
Take care. Take care.
And finally, when life's situations and circumstances place you in a position squarely where you have to pick the hill that you're ready to die on, sometimes you don't get to pick the hill. Sometimes the hill will pick you. And as in the case with Brian Flores, when Rosa Parks decided to sit down, the world had no choice but to stand up. Dr. Martin Luther King, Medgar Evers, Malcolm X were willing and did eventually face physical death. And Brian Flores is willing to face professional death. Now, you think about that, Stephen Ross, as you stand on your charge of false information, defamatory, and maliciousness in Brian Flores' claim against you and the Miami Dolphins. And hey, that's how I see it. 6 o'clock, straight up and down.
That's how we see it, and that's how it is.
Oh,
Thank God
Thank
we
God.
get to do this again.
Thank God.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for tuning into this week's episode of Homespun Sports. Sports talk with a twist of down home wisdom. Be sure to check this episode out not only on YouTube, but on iHeartRadio and Pandora and Spotify for your listening and viewing pleasure. Coach, happy Black History Month to you.
Man, happy Black History Month,
Slim. Sure we got that.
Happy Black History Month. Hey, Slim.
What's up, Coach?
You know why the Indian rain dance always works, don't you?
No, why, Coach?
Cause they don't quit dancing until it rains. And that's just what we gonna keep doing right here at Homespun Sports. Oh yeah, brother. We gonna keep
Let's
dancing.
go ahead and get up out of here like we can, Coach.
We gonna keep dancing till it rains, Slim. Hey,
You know it.
what he said.